regional. 2-0 count to Carter. Remember, the all Big 12 defensive team this year. Stellar center fielder. Former top recruit out of Inglewood, California. Played her first couple of seasons at Washington. 2-0 right into the glove of Whitten. Defense for both teams stepping up to the occasion in the latter innings. We are headed to the 6th. Badgers hanging around, trying to rally late in Austin. The winner of this contest goes on to play the defending national champions Sunday in the regional final from Austin, 1 p.m. Eastern, 12 Central. Texas cruising through the regional, couple of run rule victories, outscoring their opponents by a combined 18-1 margin. We have yet to have a regulation game in this regional, Cat. A number of run rule affairs. We had the 9-inning extra innings contest yesterday. We'll see what happens here in the Saturday night finale from McCombs Field.
Well, I would say announcer's jinx, but this one is already playing out in its own way, so it's a safer bet.
That's you who has been jinxing a number of games today. It's been stunning, the impact you've had. It's changed the outcome of some of these games we watch. That one ripped off the bat of Blomberg right to Tobin. Another hard hit out.
Well, we watched Wisconsin at least 3 line shots in the last 2 innings that they've snagged. Now on this one, Tobin returning the favor. She's probably telling Blomberg to give the message thanks to Conger, since Conger robbed Tobin in her last at bat.
The Badgers running out of time now in their season. Down to their last 5 outs of the year. Who will step up? Olivia Bark, 305 hitter. 1 for 2, and now falls behind 0-2. Just misses.
That's such a competitive pitch by Peyton Tanner. The Bark, that one's a hard one to lay off of unless you're expecting her to expand the zone there.
That one finds its way to right field. And again, every single inning of this contest, the Badgers have had at least one base runner. Here comes Kendra Lewis, one of the home run hitters earlier tonight in the fourth inning, a solo blast to pull her team within 3. And delivers to left field. That one will roll all the way back to the wall. Bark holds up at third, and Wisconsin will bring the tying run up to the plate. Kendra Lewis comes through again.
Kendra Lewis is ready to swing early in the at-bat. That's an outside pitch, and she goes with it. A nice drive to left center, and Samaya Jones unable to cut that one off, which allows Bark all the way to third base.
Well, this would be the spot where one of Wisconsin's top power hitters would bat, Jacqueline Showalter. She left the game with an injury and was replaced by Addison Weary, the freshman. Weary came up with a single in the fourth inning. Badgers also putting a pinch runner over at second. Ava Parent will be at second. Bark at third. So here comes Addison Weary, the Wisconsin native. A number of these Badgers players from their home state. She takes strike one from Peyton Tanner. Weary 7 hits on the season in her first year with the Badgers. 1 homer, 8 RBIs, and by far the biggest at bat of her young career. Tanner ready. Swing and a miss from Weary.
Big hack there from the freshman. And you can tell Wisconsin knowing that Tanner likes to favor that curveball, so they're being aggressive with it, but now you have to be able to stay with it and catch up to its speed.
Close call. Tanner does not get it.
That's another close one that Tanner's thrown. We saw her do that to Bark as well.
The 2-2. Weary stays alive. These teams are equal in hits, 9 apiece. But Wisconsin just 2 for 7 with runners on. Can they take advantage here? Second and third, 1 away. And a full count coming up to the freshman Weary. The bases will be loaded for Wisconsin.
Well, for Peyton Tanner right now, it's the key is to continue to pound the zone. She's using that curveball, but starting to get a little bit overstimulated. You can tell she's throwing it a little bit harder and pulling it farther and farther off when really you need it to go back to the corner. But she came out firing. First pitch she threw today to Hannah Conger was on the inner half for a strike. Haven't seen her go back there much against these right-handed hitters, and occasionally you have to show in after you've gotten them leaning out. She's gonna have to execute now with bases loaded to not allow a free pass to drive in a run.
Lexi Warnke, who started this game, she can re-enter the contest, is warming up in the bullpen. The last 3 batters have reached against Tanner, and even before that, Blomberg hit the ball extremely hard but lined out. Bases full of Badgers with 1 away. The tying run is over at first, and here comes Kaylee Whitten, the sophomore second baseman. A game-saving play defensively yesterday, and she come through offensively in this one, fouling back the first pitch.
Baylor playing in to cut the run at home, force at any base. Gets hit to Kagan Marshall. She has an opportunity to step on third, go to first.
And now Tanner ahead, 0-2.
The big thing, they are not playing for the double play up the middle. You see both Amber Tobin and Faith Piper in to be able to cut the run at home.
I mean, when you talk about the season being on the line for both of these teams, this is a monumental at bat. Got her! And the throw to first. Oh, just getting back in time was wary. But regardless, a huge strikeout by Peyton Tanner.
Well, Peyton Tanner, she trusts her off-speed pitch, and this, while it's over the plate, slow enough that Whitten is way out in front.
That was awfully close.
I think Glenn Moore is going to ask for it to be reviewed.
Call on the field is safe. Baylor is challenging the call at first base. Plays on the further review.
The challenge by Glenn Moore. You saw Weary retreating to the bag. Cran turned around quickly, trying to make the tag. Call on the field is safe. We'll see the result after the review.
Well, remember, Abby Flores behind home plate is left-handed, so as soon as she catches this and she sees a big lead, it's an easy throw for her. Weary got caught off with a massive lead, and it's here that you have to see if Cran got the tag before Weary is back to the bag, but you see her blindly coming in, so that's the question. But you see she doesn't go for the hand, so I think she gets the head of Weary after the hand is already on the white bag. But her body's blocking this view on exactly when the tag touches.
Yeah, the tag a little bit higher than the hand, which slides in there in time. Players looking at the video board to get a closer glimpse of that one. Not feeling the stress of this moment in this elimination contest, our final one of the night from Austin. Everybody right now, their attention directed towards center field and that video board, which keeps going over the replay of that call.
I can't see that there's conclusive enough evidence to know when Leah Cran actually applied the tag.
The situation, if the call stands, bases loaded with 2 outs. They are ready with the result.
After further review, the call on field stands. Runner safe. Baylor has 1 challenge remaining.
Glenn Moore loses the challenge. Call stands, bases loaded. 2 away. Danielle Lucy coming up to the plate. Lucy, the junior center fielder, singled in the 2nd inning, 1 for 2.
Well, and the verbiage of that is so important. Stands mean there wasn't conclusive evidence to overturn, but they also didn't see conclusive evidence to necessarily say they confirm it. And that's where the original call is so crucial.
Oh, 1 on the way to Lucy. Sends one to right field. Gussman drifting back and makes the grab. And Tanner and the Bears get out of a major jam. Wisconsin leaves the bases loaded, and it remains a 3-run game. Wisconsin grabbed the early 1-0 lead thanks to a solo home run in the first inning, but Baylor responded with 4 runs in the bottom half of the first inning. And that lead is held up 5-2. I mean, Wisconsin, you would think if they wanted to rally, just a golden opportunity moments ago, Kat. They could not take advantage of it. And unfortunately for the Badgers, that's been the storyline for them in this game. Runners on, but just for the most part, unable to bring them home.
Yeah, they just have not been able to get consecutive quality at bats. They got it to load the bases, but then Peyton Tanner and the defense able to take care of them. And we saw that from Baylor on Friday. So many opportunities and couldn't get the big hit. And right now, the 2 solo shots haven't hurt Baylor off the bats of Wisconsin.
Kendra Lewis back out in the circle for the Badgers. We hit the bottom of the 6th inning here in Austin. The winner moves on to play Texas in tomorrow's regional final. There is Samaya Jones leading things off. Dropped down a bunt single in that first inning. The first 5 batters of the game for Baylor reached in that 4-run first. The Baylor's had chances too. They have put up 5 runs, so they have somewhat taken advantage. They've also left 8 on, and an insurance run or 2 would be absolutely huge at this point in the game.
Yeah, Baylor scored the 1 in the second, but left 2 runners on after that. And again, in the third, had runners on. There's multiple opportunities that they didn't cash in to continue to put pressure and make that lead bigger for Wisconsin.
Baylor made it to a regional final a couple of years ago when they advanced to the Supers, swing and a miss. Strike 2 from Jones. Glenn Moore said he thought on paper last year's Baylor team was the most talented squad he had ever put together, yet they failed to make the postseason. Of course, they suffered a number of injuries, and after last year graduated a number of players. Called this the youngest team he's ever had. Just a ton of underclassmen, 18 to be exact, and it speaks to the coaching job he has done in guiding them now on the verge of making it back to a regional final. Jones to center field. Lucy making the grab on the track. Both teams continue to hit the ball hard.
A lot of hard hits, deep fly balls, line shots. But to your point, Coach Glenn Moore talking about that youth, and it's that youth that has to gain experience throughout the season before they peak. And right now he's seeing the fruits of the labor, so to speak. He's joked with us a few times where it's like, this is what I've been wanting to see, and he's allowing the base runners to be able to have some freedom because offensively they're doing what they need to do.
Getting it done there. That one goes off the glove of Foster. She was caught in an awkward position. She wanted to dive, pulled up at the last second, and it ricocheted off her glove. So Piper ends up on second.
Yeah, off the bat, this is a ball that Foster is thinking, can I dive for? So she charges hard, but as that takes a bounce, spins away from her, allowing Piper to take the extra 60 feet.
Made a tremendous diving grab earlier in the game. So now runner in scoring position for Baylor. Here comes Amber Tobin, team's RBI leader this season. Baylor was averaging about 4.5 runs per game on the season. Put up 9 against Wagner earlier today. Put up 4 runs alone in the first inning of this one. Looking for more here in the 6th. Tobin, 0-2. Tobin, one of the few seniors on this squad. Entered the weekend with 100 career RBIs. Tries to come through here, but on the run, it's Lucy making the grab for the second out. Well, what do you do with Leah Cran? 3 hits in the previous game. She's reached 3 times in this one. First base is open.
I don't know that you necessarily intentionally walk her, but again, you pitch around her. See if she chases. If she doesn't, no one's hurt that she gets on base again.
Singled today and walked twice. One was somewhat intentional. The other came with the bases loaded. One of the hottest hitters of any team in this Austin Regional right now. Cran smokes one towards the gap, and making the grab on the run is Crane. Able to track that one down. So here we go, Wisconsin down to their last 3 outs of the season. Season on the line for the Wisconsin Badgers, but keep in mind they have been one of the best comeback teams in the nation. 4 wins when trailing, entering the 7th, 3rd most in all of D1. In this do or die contest, the winner moves on to play Texas Sunday at 1 Eastern, noon Central in the regional final. The loser is done for the year. The 8-9-1 hitters are due up for the Badgers against Peyton Tanner. Riley Crane will be leading things off. She has reached twice, a single and a walk so far. Chops one towards second. Piper is there in time. 1 away.
Oh, interesting. We're talking about what's at stake in the Badgers needing 3 runs. You need base runners. So interesting philosophy for Crane to go after the first pitch she sees from Peyton Tanner. But that defense for Baylor has been absolutely remarkable today.
Here is Hannah Conger, their most clutch hitter on the year, rips one just foul. She's provided 3 walk-off hits for the Badgers on the season in that 9th spot in the order, including one last night. Big part of the future of this program, the sophomore. Walked in the 3rd inning, popped up in the 5th. What a run it's been for Wisconsin this year. Back in the postseason for the first time in 4 years. Yvette Healy was worried her senior class wouldn't get to experience NCAA postseason play. They have done that. Picked up a victory yesterday, but now 2 outs away from being eliminated.
That off-speed pitch went off the end of the bat by Hannah Conger, and Leah Cram picked it up and noticed that there was a nice slice in it, showed it to Jenna Bouillon over there at first base, and they tossed that one out. An interesting 2 different games between these 2 teams. Yesterday, back and forth scoreless for a long time. Wisconsin able to take the lead. Then that had to go to extras, where today Baylor just took the momentum, scored early. Hasn't added to that, but has been able to maintain the advantage.
Wisconsin in desperate need of base runners. And they get one. Conger's second walk of the night. Now you go back up to the top of the order, and some dangerous bats. Emily Bojan, the senior who is having a career year at the plate, hitting .353. Singled in the first. She has come up twice with runners on, and both times hitting the double plays. That Baylor defense has been huge in this contest. For Tanner, the worst thing, the absolute worst thing you can do is offer up another free pass and bring the tying run to the plate.
You have to challenge Bojan here. And let your defense work behind you. And right now, force Michigan to be over aggressive, force them to have to take swings.
Two and one from Tanner. Wisconsin 2 for 9 tonight with runners on. And now the count is even.
2 really good spots there by Peyton Tanner.
Oh, just getting a piece of it was Bojan.
Bojan adjusting to the fact Tanner's saying out, out, out. She does have an off-speed pitch, but if she's going to throw it, she has to locate it well.
Tanner ready. Bojan continues to fight, trying to make sure this isn't the last at-bat of her college career. Had a monstrous home run against Oregon in the Big Ten tournament. Can she come through again? And Tanner with the strikeout. Baylor is 1 out away from moving on to the regional final.
Alex said if that off-speed pitch was going to be used, it had to be located perfectly, and right there, Peyton Tanner at the knees, over the plate, but a great pitch by the sophomore.
It'll be up to Hillary Blomberg, the all-time single-season record holder for home runs in Wisconsin history. She set that new record earlier tonight in the first inning, a solo blast that put the Badgers up by 1. Nice job by Flores behind the dish, keeping that one in front of her.
I understand not wanting to give Blomberg anything good, but you have a 3-run lead right now. You don't want to put Blomberg on and allow the tying run to come to the plate. If Blomberg goes ahead and does something big, you still have a lead. Peyton Tanner has to shore up right here on this pitch against Hillary Blomberg.
Oh my. Tanner, since coming out of the pen, a couple of strikeouts, a couple of walks, 2 hits in 2 2/3. One more ball will bring the tying run to the plate for the Badgers. 3-1. Blomberg, 16 home runs this year, 35 for her career. Over to short. Tobin on to first, and Baylor hangs on to advance to the regional final. The Bears will meet Texas for the first time in the NCAA tournament in program history. On the brink in 2 games today, backs against the wall. Baylor wins both elimination games and moves on. For Wisconsin, a great season regardless of this outcome. Yvette Healy's squad made it back to the tournament for the first time in 4 years and came up with the win yesterday. A job well done for the Badgers as they see their season come to an end.
Well, you have to tip your hat. Both Kendra Lewis came in and kept Baylor at bay, giving Wisconsin a chance to get back in this one. They just couldn't come up with the big hit with runners in scoring position. But Wisconsin went down without a fight. And Yvette Healy and staff extremely proud of that squad, as she mentioned. Finished top 48. They weren't in the first group eliminated. But Glenn Moore has to be excited with how this young squad has everything clicking.
His defense stepped up big time, and with that, let's take a look at tonight's Capital One rewarding performance. That Baylor defense coming up with the season-high 3 double plays.
Every time it looked like Wisconsin might break through, the defense of Baylor was able to turn a double play and get themselves out of a jam. And Alex, it's the quick transfer from Amber Tobin that allows that to happen on a consistent basis.
So here we go. The matchup is set. Just 2 teams remain. The former Big 12 foes again meeting for the first time in the NCAA tournament in history. Texas and Baylor Sunday, 1 Eastern, noon Central, here from McCombs Field. We'll see what these two have in store for the last game, potentially, of the Austin Regional. For Kat Osterman, I'm Alex Loeb. Thanks so much for watching. We will see you on Sunday.